ஆசிரியர் பிரிவு என 3 பிரிவுகளாக குறும்படங்கள் வந்துள்ளன. அவற்றை பார்த்து பரிசுக்குரிய குறும்படத்தை திரைப்பட இயக்குனர் திரு எம். சிவகுமார் ஐயா அவர்களும் நடுவராக இருந்து தேர்ந்தெடுத்துள்ளார்கள். அவர்கள்தம் வாழ்த்துரை.
Good evening, students and the teaching community of SBOS schools and my friends on the dais. A month back, I was here to watch 7 short films made by different people that came for the competition for the, for the slogan of Save Public Sector, Save India. In fact, I've been seeing only Mr. Franco is wearing the T-shirt. It's already been. I thought many would be wearing the T-shirt. Save India, Save Public Sector. In fact, we have to do so many things to save our country, to save India. Not only to save public sector, even the new education policy, which is right now, the government of India has not revealed it fully. Only partially they have revealed it. In fact, at the same time, there has been a great discussion going on in Loyola College about the new education policy. In otherwise, many scholars, many teachers fear that if really know the ultimate motive of the new education policy, maybe our rural sector in India may be deeply affected. Okay, now coming to the documentary, as they said, listening to someone speaking for hours may not be so effective, but when you watch the 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes short film on the same issue, it will be very, very effective. The public sector, one thing that especially the students should understand why we have to save public sector. Because the moment you privatize them, the private sector have only one motive, that is profit. The moment you are locked up in the profit, you lose, the welfare you lose your idea for the welfare of the people. In fact, I must tell you one small incident and say a few things about the documentaries. It happened in Argentina when the major public sectors, electricity, transport, were privatized. What happened, those guys, when you buy something on EMI, on loan, if you do not pay, because they linked all the things, if you do not pay EMI for something you bought by a private sector, which also controls the electricity, they will cut the electricity to your house, which is a dangerous thing. It happened in Argentina, people fought it. Imagine if Reliance, already they have something in Mumbai, Maharashtra, if they have it, if you buy something from Reliance, if you don't pay the EMI, they may link it up. You may not get the power. You might pay the power bill, but you may not pay the something you bought, some consumer item. Of course, the dangers are very immense. We only see the tip of iceberg. So it's a high time we really have to start fighting, for saving the public sector. The documentaries, unfortunately, there were very few entries. There were only 7 entries. We had to select the best 3. Of course, we have selected the best of the 7. You will understand, how they dealt with the issue. In the 18th century, the famous French poet said, everything in the world that exists finally have to end up in words. The Stephen Mallarmé said that. Everything in the world exists, finally their ending up point is words, because he's a poet. In the 20th century, the very famous writer, Susan Sontag, when she wrote a book on photography, she said, everything in the world today exists to end up in images, that is photographic images. But I am sure in the 21st century, everything exists in the world, finally to end up in moving images with sound, that is the cinema, the movie. The kind of documentary. So the issue of saving public sector, we have to take it very effectively only through very interesting short films and the documentaries. I think that's an attempt. Really, I appreciate. In fact, I was quite surprised. School, the trade union. Of course, we all know in the entire world, even when the last Ignite, Anand Patwardhan was here, he said, I'm so proud to be here because this is the only group of school run by trade union, maybe in India, maybe in the entire world. He said he was so proud about it. When I told him, my God, just for that reason I'm coming to the school that run by a trade union. Because trade unions are the greatest source of hope to save our India. So part of their activity, they also organize this documentary film festival, which maybe we should take it forward further. Even some of your students should start making, maybe in the next year, not the essay competition and the oratory competition, maybe there should be a competition to make short films and documentaries even by students on these kind of issues. Thank you very much.
மேலான வாழ்த்துரைக்கு நன்றி.